Hey, peace and blessings to you, fam. Thank you so much for joining my page, Zha-May Don't Play. I'm your girl, Zha-May. I got a great show for you today. I'm excited about this. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my page. In the meantime, get comfortable. We're going to be here for a minute. I just want to welcome you like this. Check this out, yo. Welcome, welcome. Come on, come on. Sit back and kick your feet up. Let me get you a tall drink or some dank to help you ease your mind while I put you up, okay? But what I heard on the vine, Zha-May be about the business, keep my ear to the street, but I could never be a snitch, some shit's not for repeat. I be weak with all this fake news and funny biz. Talk is cheap, truth is costly, that's just how it is. But yeah, I tell it and I shout it from the rooftop, blow it in your face like smokers with the moot wops. Sleep easy, rest in peace, Dick Gregory. He left his mark, the man is truly legendary. If you don't know him, look him up on the tube. Yeah, he keep it real, he make you think of deep dude. Yeah, better stop playing, expand your mind, just saying. The ancestors didn't die, the truth is that they were slaying. We better burn to put the truth out. Yup, we left them all, one left the youth out. What? And while we partied, they was raising they self, and now we acting like we bothered that they raising such hell. Trump supporting racists with the hit out on blacks. Immigration breaking the families of workers, breaking their backs. Some people are the sheep blinded by separation. We all under attack and the clock is steady racing. Zha-May Don't Play, my talk was tatted that ass like the clothing on a homeless man on Hollywood Ave. Compton's where I'm from, Mo Valley's where I'm raised. Throwing up the thumbs like flies on happy days. And people around the world so amazingly true, yeah. Love me some me, well yeah, I love me some you. Now it's time to make the biscuits and do what I do. Put the piece onto my lips while I chuck up the deuce. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, man. Like I said, I'm Zha-May. I'm so happy to have you here today, man. We got a lot of great topics we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the brother Dick Gregory that passed last week. We're going to get into the controversial topic of abortions in schools, man. I know y'all heard about this. We're going to talk about this. I want y'all to sound off down in the comment page on that one. Also, we're going to talk about Trump coming to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Last week. Ooh, yes, I have my opinions on that. It was a lot of bullshit that was going on, but we're going to get into it. Zha-May Don't Play. Thank you for coming. All right, fam, so let's go ahead and get on into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is I want to pay tribute to the brother Dick Gregory, who recently passed away. Dick Gregory was a pillar in the black community. He was a comedian, a civil rights activist, very integral in the black community, participated in a lot of different civil rights activities to help you and I, get to the point where we're at right now. He wasn't just a talker. He was very, very, very active. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated his talents, his body, his mind to the cause of getting of empowering the black community. He made sure that we thought critically about many different issues. The brother was very, very powerful, and we're going to miss brother Dick Gregory. Just a little, like I was saying in the intro, go to YouTube, pull him up. He has so many videos that are out there right now that are recent. You know what I mean? Making sure that you think critically, making sure that you think outside of the box, using the information that's presented to us as news. You know what I mean? He had a talent, a knack for picking that stuff apart. You know what I'm saying? Making you look deeper into the articles and what's being said, and really studying the information that was presented, and getting a different viewpoint of it. Brother Dick Gregory, he was born in St. Louis back in 1932, in October of 1932. He broke into the comedy scene in 1962. Yes, he's been around for a long time, man, on that comedy scene, comedy circuit. And was known as a social satirist. And so He was very, 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 very funny man. He was actually invited to the Playboy Club by Hugh Hefner himself as a replacement for one of their comedians who didn't show, and he just took off from there. He was an Army veteran. He was married for very many years to the same woman, his wife Lil. They had 10 kids together, and he raised his family. You know what I mean? Not only did he take up for just the black community, but he was active around the world. He was part of a fast in Iran to get American hostages out of Iran. The brother, when I say he dedicated his body, he went on a hunger strike, was 97 pounds when he left Iran. 97 pounds. The brother literally, you know what I'm saying, didn't just talk, but he used his body as an expression just as much as he used his mind. As a popular social satirist, you know what I mean, he grew more and more in the movement. As time went on, he became a little bit less involved in the entertainment portion of it, more involved in the social political arena. Ran for president. Some say he won and was cheated out of the presidency and was a first black president. And others, you know what the others are going to say. But, Brother Gregory, if you watch YouTube, he has his own thoughts about that, about what happened. And, we're just going to miss Brother Dick Gregory, man. We need more and more and more people standing up, really putting the truth out there, really helping the youth get a grasp of what's happening out here in the world. You know what I mean? Putting it on the world stage. And anyway, peace and blessings to Brother Dick Gregory, to his family, to his wife, to his children. Thank you for sharing him with us. The brother was amazing, and we're really going to miss him. I'm really going to miss him, but I'm going to stay watching those videos on YouTube and just stay reminded of his message and not let that die. And so I hope that you guys out here in YouTube land and Facebook world and all the other places that this video shows up, I hope that you, if you don't know who he is, I hope that you take a few minutes to find out, because the brother was deep, and it'll only empower you to become your best version of yourself. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory.
Hi you guys, it's Shay Shay, Zha-May's co-host. So last week we had actually discovered a topic that left us just a little bit unsettled. So 8th graders are starting to get their prerequisites as to the classes that they need to take, and one of them is still sex education. Now, we've all gone through this when we went through high school and middle school, so nothing new, but they actually want to do something new this year where they make kids go through a virtual abortion through an app. So they actually have to go through the actions of doing an abortion on somebody else virtually. Now, this leaves us a little unsettled because of the simple fact that it's really, really visual. And another thing is, it's the way you go about teaching abortion that's going to help impact a change in our youth. So we want your guys' opinion. If you could please leave your comments below, we'll go ahead and cover that in the next video. Let us know how you feel. Again, like, comment, subscribe, pass the video along. The more feedback we get, the more we'll be able to cover. Thank you.
All right, fam, so let's jump into the next topic. Donald Trump. Let's talk about this dude, man. Look, Trump came to Phoenix last week, August 22nd, 2017. Came out here to promote Trump shit. And, wherever he goes, chaos just seems to follow, man. It's just craziness. I'm not a fan of this dude. I mean, he does absolutely nothing for minorities. Everything that he does seems to just kind of go against us. And it's very obvious. He makes no secret about it. He didn't make any secret about it when he was running in the election. So people, you really can't be surprised that he's doing what he said he was going to do. Okay? He's doing Trump shit. Why? Because he's Trump. Okay?
Trump.
Just fucking Trump. Okay, so what happened? So you have peaceful protesters, you have you have pro-Trump out there. We know that this is going to happen. This happens in every single city that he goes to. A peaceful protest turns into police with riot gear, pepper spray, and of course more anti-Trump is catching the more of the heat than anybody else, and the citizens were upset about it. This is coming on the heels of the Charlottesville, Virginia situation, where you have various racial groups who are out there protesting. One person ends up getting killed. Trump points the finger at both the pro and the anti-protesters, and you know, the citizens were upset because they're like, look, we didn't do anything to deserve this. You know, you're always taking up for these other groups, and you know, the shit just gets old, man. We gotta do something. We gotta stand up against this. You know, whatever you do, you just can't be quiet right now. This is not the time for silence. This is the time to speak up, to be conscious about what's going on in your environment, to reach out and stand up for something. You know what I mean? I was raised that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So I'm not one to sit back and be quiet. I don't think you guys should either. So let's not also forget that Trump just pardoned Joe Arpaio the other day. If you don't know who he is, man, and if you think that this dude ain't racist, there's something wrong with you and you need to go pray or do something. You need to talk to somebody, because Arpaio was very, very racist. He went to jail. He got arrested. Yeah, so he got arrested for breaking the law, basically concerning immigrants and how he's racially profiling them. They told him to stop. He wouldn't. You know, spent a lot of taxpayer dollars behind breaking the law, and now the taxpayers want him to pay that back. He was found guilty, and Trump, yet again, doing Trump shit, pardons this guy. I mean, come on. How much more convincing do we need, man? But let me hear what you have to say. Let's talk about this, man. I want to hear what your thoughts are on Arpaio being pardoned. Now, he was pardoned only on the federal charges. He could still, you know, face some type of retribution for the civil, you know, charges as well. So we'll see what happens with that. You know, he can't get him off of that, but, you know, we'll see. Anyways. Comment. All right, fam, thanks so much for joining us today. That's our show. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and we want to make sure that you comment on these videos, because, you know, we're interacting with you guys. We want your participation. We want to know what you think and your feedback. So, you know, we'll cover the comments in the next video, like Shay was saying. And, you know, we can't wait to see you guys. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.